अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। जैसे कि मैंने लास्ट टाइम बताया था, मेरे किताब का नाम, मैं जो किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ उसका नाम है तहज़ीबुल इस्लाम बाय अल्लामा मोहम्मद बाक़िर मजलिसी। दिस ये किताब का द रेशनल बिहाइंड पिकिंग दिस book is to see to understand and know what imams have told us how to live our life. Any some basic things like how we should brush our teeth, how we should eat food. ये जो basic things है जो हम everyday life में करते हैं, just to follow, just to do according to what imams have told us to do. I'm sure everyone follows it, but just take this as a refresher, and I hope this video goes on to kids where they can learn and understand what imams have told us and how to live our life. इसमें पहला ये one thing I started was brushing our teeth early in the morning. हम लोग सब सुबह उठते हैं और teeth brush को teeth करते हैं, but हमारे prophets हर कोई they used to use miswak. Miswak is nothing but any raw branch of tree. In the world like this where we spend a lot of money on organic things, we try to avoid chemicals in our food. We don't think while brushing our teeth that the paste which we are using have a lot of chemicals. हमारे रसूल और इमाम लोग बोले हैं कि use miswak to brush your teeth. It just not strengthens and products or teeth, but there are other few advantages of it, like it increases the brightness of the eyes, takes out sputum or phlegm, or जैसे कि बलगम कहते हैं ना, जो lungs को clean करता है वो, increases memory, increases appetite in a healthy manner. We only think about cleaning our teeth, but miswak use करने से ये other advantages भी है जो हमें most of the people don't know, or imam already कह चुके हैं कि by doing this you get these advantages by using miswak. But one thing to note is, like Muhammad Baqir al-Islam bole ki, don't use miswak in bathrooms, and that causes one's teeth to fall off. I just thought of mentioning this so that we usually brush our teeth in bathrooms, but if someone's planning to use miswak, don't do it in the bathroom. Maybe it didn't mention anything where we should do miswak. Probably going in open air and do it over there. The next thing is advantages and ethics of shaving one's head. One point which Imam said was, if you have long hair, it impacts your eyesight. The longer the hair, the eyesight is, it puts stress on your eyes, and your eyesight gets dim as the time goes. So it's always good to keep your hair short all the time. But this only applies to men. It is haram for a woman to cut her hair without any reason. It is recommended for men to always part his hair while combing, leaving room for massage. जैसे कि हम मांग निकालते हैं ना, it's always good for men to part his hair ताकि वुजू करते हो ना मसाज करने के लिए आसानी हो. Or one thing I've seen in India is people use wigs, and even women uses some sort of wig to attach their hair, to grow their hair. But there are some restrictions on it as well. Like if you're planning to use wig, you're allowed to use your wig made up of your own hair or hair of an animal. The animal might be permissible or not permissible. So it can be the hair of your own or the hair of an animal, but it cannot be the hair of other women. जैसे कि I've seen people जो जब जूड़ा बोलते हैं ना, इंडिया में जूड़ा बनाते हैं लोग, उसमें ना they don't care where the hair is coming from. They just make that wig and then pass it on to others to wear it. And when you're using this wig, you're allowed to pray as long as the hair of the wig is not coming from non-permissible animal. Even though the hair is made of permissible animal, you're allowed to pray at that time using that wig. The other thing is cutting your mustache. One thing imams told us to keep in mind is never ever grow your mustache over your upper lip. Make sure you cut it sharply, and never and avoid having mustache over your upper lip. And one thing also mentioned in this, according to one tradition, a person came to Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Islam and asked for a prayer which will increase his income or daily bread. And the Imam advised him to cut his hair or nail on Fridays. If you cut your hair and nails on Fridays, they your जैसे कि आपके बरकत होती है, आपके कमाई में बरकत होती है, आपके on your daily you get आपके कमाई में इजाफा होता है, according to Imam. Also, one thing we try to hide is, when we grow older, we get gray hair, and we try to hide it with, dyes and everything. But it's been told, it's a blessing to have white hair. According to Imam Raza al-Islam, a tradition from Holy Prophet states that a white hair on the forehead is a source of blessing. Those on the cheeks are signs of generosity and courage. And among the hair of the head is a sign of bravery and courage. So that's one thing, we people try to hide our gray hair, but in fact, it's a blessing to us. So we shouldn't hide it. Also, according to Imam Musa Kazim, there are 4 things which are temptation from shaitan. They are like eating mud, crumble mud on or sand while sitting idle, cutting nails with teeth, and chewing beard. And this was mentioned here because it's been described you shouldn't have a beard, you shouldn't have a mustache or beard longer than your fist, and mustache shouldn't come on your upper lip at any point of time. Also, cutting nails keeps away many diseases and increase one's daily bread. And as per Imam Muhammad Baqir al-Islam, keeping nails will cause loss of memory. Holy Prophet have ordered women not to cut nails till flesh, and leave a little as nails. As nails are source of beautification for women. The next one is ethics of combing hair, how we should comb the hair, and that's one thing we do every day, like in the morning, afternoon, plenty of times during the day. And one thing to note is you should never ever stand and comb your hair. You should always sit down while combing your hair. And also, you shouldn't use a comb made of silver or etched with silver. You shouldn't use it. It's makruh. And the reasoning which Imam Jafar Sadiq gave to avoid standing while combing is, if you stand and comb, you'll be involved in loans. Basically, probably that's the reason why we've got a lot of mortgages on our heads. So as we take this opportunity and learn about sitting down and combing hairs, we might pay off our loans very quicker. Utensils for eating and drinking. One thing we always think while especially in this country, जब आप जाते हो कहीं, if you go to the office, you find glasses, and we don't know if those glasses were used for liquor or wine, and we feel reluctant to use that glass for drinking water. Our imams have said if the glass is made of if it's a glass, not clay, you can pretty much wash it and use it regardless if it's used for wine or liquor. But if that is made of clay, you can still clean it, but because clays take longer to be cleaned, it's advisable to avoid this clay utensils if they are used for wine. Right to have good tasty and food, and prohibition of greed. So I'll quickly go through this one. Our imams have said don't eat too much food. I mean, they encourage you to enjoy the good food. They're not it's haram whereas in fact it's haram for you to keep away yourself from good food. If you have some good food in front of you and you're keeping away from yourself, then it's haram. You should enjoy the good food, but you shouldn't eat too much. You should eat food just to get strength and pray Allah. And according to imams, our stomach is partitioned in 3 different portions. One portion is for the food, one portion is for the water, and one portion is for the breathing or air. So we always need to keep that in mind. We shouldn't eat stomach full of food. You need to leave some space in your stomach before you finish your food. And also, it's always if you want to live a healthy life, it's always good to clear your bowl before and feel hungry before you consume any food. Some people just keep on eating, regardless they're hungry or not, they keep on eating. That's not good for health. And most of the diseases which are caused is only because of eating, as per the imams. And one strange thing I found, I came to know from this book is it's advisable, and the imams have told us to eat twice a day, not thrice a day, thrice or 4 times a day. Eat early in the morning and after Isha. These are the advisable times you have to consume food. And if you're inviting people to your house for food or dinner, one thing which I learned from this book was, you have to wash your hands before your guest, and before you start the food, and after you finish the food, you need to let your guest wash your hands first before you wash your hand. So that's the other interesting thing which I learned from this book. There are other plenty of things, but just being cautious of the time, I'll end it here, and inshallah I'll try to cover some basic things in the next session. Thank you.